Okay, thank you everyone for joining. We're just giving the rest of the registrants a few more minutes to just log in, and then we can start. So let's give them it's 7:03. Give them a couple more minutes and then we'll begin. So just hang tight and then we'll start. Okay, we have a couple more coming in. We have a couple more people join in, so just allow everyone a few minutes to get in, and then we'll begin. Thank you for joining us. So we'll a couple more minutes, okay? And then we'll start. All right, thank you so much everybody for joining. Just wanted to give 5 minutes so that everyone can kind of get in and settle, and then we can start. So it's 7:05. We had a couple more people come in. So my name is Alice Clark Boz, and I am the owner and the founder of Team Vaz Real Estate Group. We're marketed and known that way. But the company name in Dominican Republic is called TVG Luxury Brokerage Dominican Republic. So if anytime you hear the word Team Vaz Real Estate, it's us. The company is owned by myself and my husband. We are from Toronto, but we spend a lot of our time in Dominican Republic, and we bring opportunities to clients from Canada, from America to Dominican Republic. We source out those opportunities, and we make sure that we bring you opportunities that are legit, and investment opportunities that you can select. So we're gonna start and dive right in terms of investing in Dominican Republic. And at the end, if you have any questions, we'll open the for Q&A. Okay. So first of all, I thought it would be interesting to share some insights regarding why Dominican Republic. And one of the things that's noted is that it is one of the fastest growing Caribbean economies with a stable real estate market. So up till the first half of 2025, Dominican Republic had 6.1 million visitors. And we're seeing an increase of 3% versus 2024 and 15% versus 2023. But July alone, the Ministry of Tourism reported 863,000 visitors, which is the highest they've had in Dominican Republic history. 73% of those visitors come by air, and another 10%, which is about 4.5 million, and the others come via cruise ship. And there's cruise ship arrivals. We're seeing also a 10% increase in 2024. Because of those types of increases, we're seeing, of course, an increase in real estate. We're seeing a lot of pre-construction projects and a lot of growth. And the country's now investing even heavily in its infrastructure to accommodate that number of tourists and visitors coming into Dominican Republic. There are several options. There is your usual villas, vacation homes, Airbnb, condo styles. resale homes. So sometimes we have owners, maybe they're moving back to their countries, or we have new pre-construction, several pre-construction projects coming up. And so there's a lot of opportunities for investments in Dominican Republic. So it all depends on what you're looking for. There is something for everyone. One of the more affordable and easier entries into investing in Dominican Republic, which we have been sharing, is what is called the condo hotel investment. And that has taken off and done really well in Dominican Republic because it is the lowest entry point to invest. Lowest because the down payment and the cost is a lot lower than if you were to get a villa or an Airbnb or a condo or resale home. So I'm going to share a little bit about the areas in Dominican Republic that people are investing. And of course, the top locations: Punta Cana, La Romana, which is just 40 minutes west of Punta Cana, and Puerto Plata. These are the three heaviest tourism arrivals for the country because obviously short-term rental demand and beachfront living. Every year we see, especially in the wintertime, which is the busiest season, we get a lot of visitors coming to Dominican Republic. And one of the more exciting opportunities is Ibis. Ibis is a European branded hotel that has turned their attention to Dominican Republic and decided to build their first hotel in the Caribbean. And they've built it 5 minutes from the La Romana International Airport because Punta Cana gets so many visitors per year. La Romana is the next airport that gets the overflow from Punta Cana International Airport. So what they did is they combine affordability and luxury, and this will be the very first one for the Caribbean for Ibis. So I want to introduce you to this product. There are other opportunities that are available as well, but we wanted to zone in on this simply because it's done so well. And again, the barrier to entry to invest is a lot less. So this particular hotel condo is close to the airport, the La Romana International Airport, 5 minutes. And why is this important for your investment? Because La Romana International Airport arrival grew 51.3% versus 2024 and 49.5% versus 2023. So this airport has seen a massive influx of visitors arriving. And then you have a hotel that is luxurious 5 minutes from that particular investment. And so this particular investment has been the most popular investment in La Romana right now. Why as well? Well, starting at 95,000 US, where else can you find a luxurious hotel condo at 95,000 US? So the other thing that makes this particular project interesting is the fact that it's backed by and managed by Accor Hotel. Many of you might say, what is Accor Hotel? Well, I'm going to share with you who they are and why this particular investment is actually a really good opportunity for you. So I'm just going to share on my next screen. Put your sound on, and I'm going to share with you who they are.
We don't just define hospitality. This is a story of audacity that has been unfolding for 60 years. At Accor, we don't just define hospitality. We create what's new and what's next. Our story kicks off in France in the 60s, a decade of new beginnings. These two daring entrepreneurs had an idea: adapt an American concept never seen before in Europe. Together, they launched a new hotel brand, offering not just a room, but a complete set of services tailored to address the needs of new travelers. This was visionary. And so began an international success story with a French touch. Expanding rapidly and diversifying, accompanying changes in society year by year, continually perfecting the art of hospitality. Novotel paved the way for more than 45 hotel brands, each one meticulously designed to meet the desires of different kinds of travelers. Those looking for affordable, easygoing breaks. Those searching for refined journeys. Those eager for extraordinary escapes. And those craving for uniquely creative getaways. Extending hospitality even beyond the walls of our hotels, we offer lifestyle experiences, not just for guests, but for everyone. From delightful dining to vibrant nights out, from remote work to time for wellness, creating places to truly experience life. With its pioneering spirit, unrivaled know-how, and range of brands, Accor stands as a leader in hospitality all over the world. Still augmenting hospitality in all dimensions, providing innovative tech-driven services, a single online booking platform, and the most generous loyalty program, building on all client experiences to nurture every guest's journey. From its beginnings, Accor has been committed to sustainability, always looking to shape a mindful approach to travel, giving back to the planet and to communities. Today, this is the great challenge of a generation, and it is still ours. Reinvention is our essence. It defines us. A team of more than 330,000 artists, committed changemakers, passionate, diverse, caring, each with their own unique stories and opportunities to grow. Imagine 60 years of audacity, with always at heart a new beginning. At Accor, we create what's new and what's next.
So Accor is going to be the hotel management company responsible for the Ibis Hotel Condo. So this gives you an idea of who they are and why have they turned their attention to La Romana, to Dominican Republic, for all the reasons I gave you, that they've realized that this is the next place to brand their next hotel. And so what makes this particular investment worthwhile for you? So they're below 100,000. The down payment is only 30%. There's several flexible investment options, including financing options. So the developers themselves are willing to finance a portion up to 50, sometimes 70% of the balance. And it gives you 8% return on your money. So what that basically means is you buy a hotel condo, Accor manages, they rent it, they provide staff, housekeeping, they pay for the Wi-Fi, the utilities, everything. And you, the owner, gets to stay in it. You also get to spend up to a certain amount of time per year and use it. Family can use it. You get access to the pool, the paddle court, all the things that's offered from Ibis, from the hotel. But because you're an owner, you get 8% return. That 8% can be paid monthly or it can be paid quarterly. And that 8% can also be used to pay the loan if you choose to finance it. So I'm going to move on and show you a little bit more about the hotel itself. I'm just going to make sure no one's waiting. Okay, nobody's waiting in the waiting room here, that we didn't leave anybody behind. Okay. So here we have the 8 to 12% guaranteed return on investment. You reserve with 5,000 down, and the balance can be paid over time, or you can pay, but it has to be paid before closing, or you can pay the 30% and then wait and finance the difference with the developer. Hands-free ownership. So this is not an Airbnb management type of investment. So you don't have to do anything in terms of bookings. You don't have to check in on the guests and see if they're okay. Accor Hotel Management does all of that for you. There's nothing for you to do. The other thing that's important to note is Bayahibe, which is right next to La Romana, the hotel occupancy rate was 87% in the country. La Romana, which is where the hotel is located, was 86%, which outperformed Punta Cana. So we're seeing more people going to La Romana, and we're seeing an increase in people going there slowly, which is why the hotel and Accor and Ibis decided to open another hotel there to feed the demand for people visiting that area. So we have a picture at the bottom. The hotel come fully furnished. There will be a lounge, there'll be a bar, there'll be a pool, and I'm going to share with you a couple more renderings of what it will actually look like. So here is what the hotel will actually look like. These are the 3D images with the paddle court, the pool, the rooms, what they will feature. This is the final renderings of Ibis. And this second slide I'm sharing with you is what we have left. We will be putting the brochure in the chat, so you don't need to try to zoom in and read what's there. What's important to note is everything in yellow and green has been taken. What's available are all the units, all the lines here in white is what's available as of Monday. So that's how much we have left in terms of what's for the Ibis, and the hotel construction begins in September. So we're in the pre-construction phase. In September, we move to the construction stage. And once we move to the construction stage, we're going to start increasing the prices slowly. So this brochure is in the chat. You can click it, you can review, you can zoom in, see what's available, see the sizes, see the prices of what's available. We're looking at adding a 5th floor, and once that's approved, then we will actually release the 5th floor. Right now, it's still waiting for approval because it did so well. The developer decided that they would add a 5th floor. Right now, it's only four floors up. So the next steps, if you're interested in investing in this particular project that we highlighted, you give me a call, put your number in there, we schedule a time, we go through it with you, you get your contract, you review your contract, you get legal advice if you need to, and no funds are sent until you get to that point where you're comfortable, you've reviewed your contract, all questions have been answered, then the funds are wired. Nothing is paid before that time period. You can reserve it with the $5,000, or you can choose to make your 30% payment all at once. I will open if anybody has any questions. And I will also share in the chat one resale condo, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath that we actually have available. And each month when we do this, I want to be able to share additional resale or other pre-construction products. Each month as we go, we'll try to feature something new. So I'm open to take anyone's questions.
Hey Alice, that's really nice. I love the project, but my question is, I currently live in Florida. What is, like, Florida has a lot of luxurious apartments and all of that good stuff. So let's say most folks always retire and they always come down to Florida. So what is the difference between what we may have to offer in Florida as to Dominican Republic that somebody like me will be willing to want to invest?
That's a good question. And I actually had clients come from Florida, and before they arrived, they said the same thing to me. Well, we live in Florida, so what's the difference? And what we see in Dominican Republic is how much the country, the island has to offer at a much lower price point. So, for example, when they were visiting, they got an Airbnb. And they had 2 children. They were touring the island, checking out the beaches. And, you know, having 2 kids, things got messy. And so they said, you know, it would be great to have somebody to clean and to tidy up and to, you know, help them so they don't have to do all that on their vacation. So we got somebody to take care of all of what they needed. And one of the things that impressed them the most is the cost. So it cost them about $40 US for the cleaning, the tidy up, the laundry, everything that needed to be done. And one of the things they mentioned is not only the quality of the food was better, it was fresher, the price was significantly lower than Florida. So imagine getting your home clean or services or babysitting services, whatever it is you're looking for, at a significantly lower. I don't think anywhere in Florida you would get someone to clean your home for $40, do your laundry, change your sheets.
No. Oh, do your laundry and change your sheets? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, the laundry was done, everything was done for $40, and they were stunned at the price point. So the cost of living is a lot less. So while, yes, you can get a lot of the similar things you would say in Florida, but the cost of living was lower. And that's what attracted them to Dominican Republic. And not only that, the country does not rely only on tourism for revenue. They have cigar, massive export of several different types of cigars. They make their own sugar. A large export of fruits and vegetables as well comes from Dominican Republic. So the economy is not just sustained by tourism. Tourism, yes, makes up about 42% of the revenue, but that's not all it has to offer. The other thing that they had mentioned is how friendly and how safe they felt in Dominican Republic, because we have gated communities and you have non-gated communities, and they stayed in one of the more expensive gated communities. And when we say expensive, if you wanted to purchase something there, you're talking about you can purchase for about 200,000 in a safe gated area with your own private beach and private everything. So that's another difference with Florida, is just the price point.
I like the sound of that because, in the US, prices has gone up significantly. And I guess there's a lot of benefits when you look at the cost of living. So
Yes.
I think on that look, then I think I'll be interested, and I will talk to you a little further on that, Alice. Thanks a lot for sharing.
Okay, thank you very much. And another thing too, the hotel condo, I don't think you can buy a hotel condo for 95,000 anywhere, not even in the Caribbean, and also definitely not in Florida. And so they ended up purchasing the hotel condo because they wanted to start small with the investment and then slowly, enter into the country. They wanted to be very cautious because they weren't sure, it was their first time. And so that's why we highlight this particular project, because we realize that some people, they don't want to part with a large amount of money and then be concerned. So this one, if 30% down of 100 or 95,000, it's not a large amount to enter that investment. So it's an easier entry. Any other questions?
Hi, Alice. This is
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
No, of course. Thank you so much for all the presentation. Very beautiful project. I just have one question. You mentioned that the owner will have a certain amount of time to spend in the unit if they want to. So what is this time, let's say, for how long, or how you control that?
So there's no blackout dates at all for the owners, and you have 60 days per year. So you could stay, you can enjoy up to 60 days per year. And you also have additional discounts to use the restaurant or other facilities because you're an owner. And you also have the opportunity to refer friends and family, immediate friends and family, and they could actually stay at a discount. While you would stay at no cost, they stay at a discounted rate. So 60 days per year, no blackout. You could do a block of 30 and then blocks of 2 weeks after that. But once you give at least 90 days, you book in advance, you say you're coming, you give at least the 90 days, then once there is availability, you get to stay in your unit, or another one exactly the same as the one you've selected.
Okay. So, and it doesn't matter the time of the year. You can do it like in summer, winter. Okay.
Yeah, for the owners, we're not doing a blackout. The developers decided that they wanted to be an investment where it's your space. Why should you have a date where you can't use it, right? So they wanted to have that opportunity, and you still get your 8%.
Okay, nice. Thank you.
Yes, yeah, you're welcome. Any other questions from anybody else? Mira, that was a really good question. Most people usually ask me if this is a timeshare. It's not a timeshare. A timeshare, you're buying time. This one, you have an actual title and ownership, which means you can sell it. You can pass it on. Think of it as any other investment where you have a title. We have another question. Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm driving, so I haven't been able to look in the chat. But so the 95,000 is how much square footage of the unit, about approximately?
So it's the size of a hotel room, and let me just double check, because there's different sizes, depends on whether you buy a single or a double. So they start about 232. So it's when you think of an average size of a hotel suite. So it's the average size of your usual hotel suite. It's about, I think, 232 square feet thereabout.
And as far as this concept in Dominican Republic, with whether it was Accor or another, has there been another condo hotel like this type of concept built in
This-
Dominican Republic, and how
this
is the
is-
success rate?
This is the first one built in Dominican Republic. So it's happened in other places in the world, but for
Sure.
Accor and for them, this is the first one. So it's very exciting that Dominican Republic is coming on board with this concept, and that Accor has agreed that yes, they want to be part of it, and so they're the ones the hotel is going to be branded under them. So that's another really good question, because there are other places in the world that this is done, but this is the first one.
Okay,
And in
thank
terms
you.
of, go ahead. Go ahead. I think Diana had another question.
No, that was good. Thank you, Alex.
Okay, you're welcome.
Alice, I had one more. You spoke on the groundbreaking or starting construction in September. When is the completion expected date? Because
so
this is good. You want to know, how soon can you start enjoying? So when is the completion of the project?
So the project is due to be delivered Q1 2027. So we're looking between January and March of 2027. So we've already cleared the lands. We have some videos that we've posted sharing the clearing of the land. And we can share that too. And we also have Instagram account where I continue to keep everyone updated on what's happening. And so we've shared some updates there as well as to what the site looks like. And we do have an entire spreadsheet that we can share with some updates as well and how things are looking. And then I'm going to be in Dominican Republic and continuing to update everybody as we go along. We had another question. From Miss Priscilla Clark. We had a question. Did we miss you? Yes, go ahead.
You hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I live in Orlando, Florida. And what I wanted to know or interested in knowing is because I'm an able elderly. And so if I come to the Dominican Republic, what does they have organized, or this condo thing? Do they have facility or things that entertaining the elderly?
Well, a lot of the elderly love pickleball. And it's become a sport that's become very popular. It's considered an elderly sport, so there will be a few pickleball courts. So if you play pickleball, that's available to you. There's also a couple pools if you just want to relax, and there's also going to be a restaurant, so you don't have to go too far. Also, 6 minutes from this hotel is Casa de Campo, which is the most expensive and oldest gated community in La Romana. And so the owners actually have access to it. There's a certain amount of passes you can get with your purchase. When you go into Casa de Campo, there is a beautiful beach there as well. If you can't walk too far, they will meet you at the entrance. They'll wheel you down, and we have had clients who have been injured who've actually come, and they wheel you down to the beach, and they take you down. If you can't walk too far, they place the towels, you do everything for you. So when you get into Casa de Campo, it's a different world, it's luxury. And so if you're tired of hanging out at the hotel and you just want to go into Casa de Campo, you can use your pass. There's several restaurants, beautiful marina, and there's a lot within that area that you can actually spend the entire day and enjoy your day. So if you want something more relaxed, you have that. But if you want a little bit more, you can. And there's a massive marina. They also do shows in there too as well. So they have different performers that come at different times. So if you want something that's not too busy, but still enjoy your time, you have access to that as well. So there's a few things within a certain vicinity of the hotel condo that you can actually enjoy. So you make your trip or your stay enjoyable. And if you want to go to Punta Cana, you can. It's a 40-minute drive away. but I don't think you'd want to drive 40 minutes.
Okay. Thank you for answering this question. I might have something else a little later on
No
while I
problem.
put my thoughts together.
Okay, sounds good. I'm enjoying the questions because if many people are looking, I have those very same questions. I'm happy to answer them. And we will be doing the webinar monthly to allow for new projects as they come, new opportunities. So we have some exciting pre-construction, additional opportunities coming. They're not going to be at the $95,000 price point. They're going to be higher, but this one is the only one that we actually have within that particular price point. The others are going to be much higher in terms of prices, and all within the Punta Cana area as well. So if this is not something, a hotel condo is not something that you're interested in, or for some, if you want to buy it, hold it for a few years and then sell it, you have that opportunity as well to sell it and move on to something else. The developer is given a guaranteed buyback after 3 years if people choose to sell it. You don't have to. But within a 3-year time period, you have that opportunity. So that way you don't have to worry about, oh, I want to sell it. Now I got to figure out what to do. You don't have to do that. Or you come back to us and then we handle the resale for you. Do we have any other questions at all about this particular project or anything
Alice,
else?
Sorry, I think that I missed the last part, but you were mentioned that we are allowed to assign the contract once that you get the. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you can assign your condo before closing, or the developer also gives you a guaranteed buyback after 3 years. Why 3 years? Because 3 years the hotel is up and running. They've worked out any development, any hotel, any new business, you need to give it that time period. And then after the 3 years, they will buy the units back if the owners wish to sell it back to them. And they will buy it at a guaranteed 10% higher than what you paid if you choose to exit after the 3-year mark. So that is a guarantee that they're giving, because they want it back if you're willing to sell it, because as they rent it, as you can imagine, on a month-by-month basis, you're looking at $150, $200, $300 per night. They're going to, it's more beneficial to them if they choose to buy it back, but you don't have to sell it. But most people like to know that they have an exit after 3 years if they choose.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So we're doing, the financing is done if a company in Toronto, in Canada. It's called DC Lending. So, but because it's through the developer, it's almost like a private lending. So you're actually not showing up on your credit report in Canada, because everything is being done outside, and your returns are actually tax-free returns. So you don't have to pay any taxes on the income that you generate, and that income is in US dollars. Diana, you had another question?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Could you repeat that about the taxes? That it's because it's in Dominican Republic? How was it?
So it's tax-free.
That wasn't my question, but I just want to hear that.
So your return on your investment at 8% you get per year, there's no taxes paid on it, because the developer has Confortor, and that protects your investment, so you're not paying any taxes on the revenue that you're generating.
I'm sorry.
So everything is done.
What? Sorry.
It's called Confortor, and what that is, once a developer has that, it allows them to do the business, anything like they're doing like this, without you paying taxes on the money. Not all investments have it. So it's very important when you're purchasing in Dominican Republic to ask the question whether they actually have it. And if they do, then you have that protection, that tax protection. And it's an incentive given by the government as well to encourage foreigners to invest. So when people
Excellent. Okay.
Yes. So this particular developer has that, which means that you're not paying taxes on that money.
I see. Okay. So my question originally was, because I grew up in Miami and everything, and hurricanes and things, what kind of insurance does, as owners, are we obligated to carry a certain level of, hurricane insurance?
That's a good question, and it's actually covered in the contract, in the condo contract. It actually tells you that they do have insurance, but if you feel once you're done that this is not enough and you want to go and get something additional, you can. But the developer does have insurance for the building, because all the furniture, everything they're putting in it, they do have. But they actually do tell you that if, let's say, you look at this particular insurance and you say, you know what, I want to do something additional to protect my personal investment, you can do that if you wish. And when they've rolled everything out, you could take a look at the policy and decide if you want to add additional insurance to it, but you don't have to. The whole idea behind this is that everything's covered. You've paid for your unit, you get to use it, and they're doing the rest. So you don't, there's no hidden fees, right? The whole goal is that there's no hidden fees for us. And I say us because I'm one of the owners in the project as well.
Right, because I've always heard that condo hotels, that you have to make sure that whatever, after the developer releases, that the management or whoever's that like the fees for that are covered, like whatever, there's no additional, or is that the case?
No,
Then they manage
there's no
everything?
condo fees. You don't have any condo fees because it's being managed and run as a hotel. And that's the
Or no,
difference.
I mean, like, no, not exactly condo fees, but like management fees that are like extra kind of hidden or anything, or it's all included?
No. Yes. And when you get your contract, which is why I say to my clients, when you get your contract, you review the contract, whatever you sign, that is the agreement. And on the contract, there's no management fees written on any of the contracts. So that's why I say to my clients, you review, you're comfortable, then you proceed. No money is exchanged until you do that, right? And you sign and you're like, yep, we're good, but there's no management fees because they're built into the operational expense of the hotel is the fees to run it. And part of that operational expense includes the 8% return, which is why they're guaranteeing that 8% because it's built into the operational expense to run the hotel, as well as all the fees that come with it.
Okay, great. And my final question, sorry. As a realtor and things, are you cooperating, compensating realtors? Like if I send you clients that buy and whatnot, or I don't know exactly how international.
Well, it brokerage is brokerage by brokerage. But if we're getting clients coming to us, being referred to us, then yes, we can have a discussion on that. Okay, absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good question. I've had a lot of realtors ask me that question as well. Is that, you know what, because we're on the ground and, you know, we get clients coming from all different areas and avenues. And we also have additional products and available. And so if, you know, Diana, you said you're in Florida, right?
Yes.
And let's say you're in Florida and you say, you know what, my client doesn't want a condo hotel, but do you have a villa? Do you have this or do you have that? Then absolutely, let's have the discussion because some of the listings, as you know, Dominican Republic runs very different to the States and Canada. And so, and in terms of the real estate as well. So that particular conversation we can have as, you know, deals come up, we have a discussion because you also have the corporate inside. So you almost, you know, deciding on if it's a listing that one person has, as you know, then you have a corporate inside, that's fine. But when you cooperate in with another one, then, you know, you can have a discussion on what that would look like. So yes, okay, we can totally keep in touch and we can have that conversation. Yeah. I think it's only fair.
Thank you, Alice.
Yes. Anybody else? Sachin, you're quiet. Okay, if we have no